Before we start this video, I mentioned that there's going to be 3 parts to this series. There's actually going to only be 2. This video contains of part 2 and part 3. Part 3 was just not long enough to make a video all about whatever part 3 was going to be about. Before I guess we start go into this, I'd like to apologize. Everything's kind of jumpy in this video. There's a lot of steps that are missing. I just forgot to record, and I was just too excited to complete this project. Without further said, let's get to the video.
What I'm going to do now is stain the pattern on here, the grid, and then after that I'll probably just dust it out, do final touches like over here. I think I'm going to get that out real quick before I do stain actually, and then yeah, I'm gonna epoxy the rest. Hopefully it doesn't take as much epoxy because I don't have a whole lot. I'm using this type of epoxy. I've had this at, I think Hobby Lobby has it. Lowe's has it. Lowe's sometimes carries it. It's a very popular product. So you might want to go check your local craft store if you can't find it at big box, Home Depot or Lowe's, big box stores. But yeah, I'm going to use this epoxy today. But before that, I do have to put trim. I just forgot. I'm going to put trim around here, which I got to make it thick enough. Like thick enough this way so I can fit all my electronics and stuff underneath. So yeah. What I'm going to do is just fix that and yeah, start staining the top here. Sorry guys, my mistake. Quick before we're gonna do this, I'm actually gonna just slap on the trim. It shouldn't be that hard. 18 inch by 18 inch with the just add the thickness of whatever board you're adding. So yeah, it can be a right angle. Do this however you want. You can do, I don't even know. You can just do boxed, really cheap style trim, but I'm gonna go a little bit fancier and add like 90 degree to 45 to make a 90. But yeah, just do it at your own risk. I'm not really gonna film this part. I think I'm just gonna add 2.5 inches. Seem good? I think 2.5 seems good. Yeah, 2.5 inch, 3 inch, doesn't really matter how tall you want your chessboard, I guess how much you really want your chessboard to be uplifted. I'd say like 2.5 to 2 inches would be good. Alrighty guys, it's the next day. I finally got this finished and sanded. I'm ready to stain each and every block. I'm also going to stain this too, the trim and the top. It actually turned out really nice, I'd say. It's pretty massive for a chessboard, but I mean, it is what it is. I think I am going to be laying epoxy tonight. I've already tested it out with the RGB lights. It actually looks really good. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and stain. I'm going to actually look at the pattern first and what I need, and then stain. But before I start staining, if you're a person that, like me, that doubts themselves and sometimes makes mistakes without even noticing, I just put a piece of blue painter's tape over the squares. These are actually the white ones, so I'm going to be staining the bare ones, just to make sure I don't get confused or whatever while I'm staining. But yeah. Alrighty, it's the next day. I got my board finished here. Everything is perfect how I want it. The scary part's coming up. I'm using my epoxy like I showed you. Right now I gotta get everything cleaned up around here because this shop's pretty dirty. I want to do epoxy over there in that corner away from the dust and stuff. But yeah, epoxy's next. I did go ahead and seal like every screw up and everything down below. There was a couple leaks. If you're wondering why it's dark here, that is stain. I squirted stain through the cracks and stuff and I filled it up. I don't think it's gonna hurt the final product. I'm gonna blow this out one last time, make sure all the dust is off, but I don't think it's gonna hurt because I am planning on taking off the plexiglass and all the screws, and all it's gonna be holding on is the epoxy. I might add a couple bracing that goes across the board just to make sure the epoxy doesn't crack or the squares don't fall through or something ridiculous. But yeah, that's my plan. I gotta get this shop cleaned up. Okay guys, I'm ready to pour epoxy here. I'm gonna do 50-50 ratio with this. I got my board set up over there. I am gonna open the garage door up to give us a little bit more light, but I'm gonna keep it closed for now. So I'm gonna go ahead and mix this and we'll get right to pouring. I'm doing 1 cup. Actually, let's do 1.5. I have it at 1 cup right now. I just kind of got an eyeball. Yeah, looks good. I don't even know if it's exact 50-50. But I'm gonna go ahead and stir this for a minute, 10 minutes, 20 minutes. Just keep stirring it until it gets nice and bubbly. Make sure to scrape your sides too. And yeah, I'll catch you guys back when I'm done stirring. Okay, I am done pouring here, or stirring here. I think I'm actually gonna have to use a full bottle, 2 bottles of this. I'm gonna go ahead and test it out first with just a cup and a half, so that if there's any leaks, I'm not gonna lose too much epoxy. I'm only gonna lose half of it. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and pour this. Right. Sorry you guys, this angle is a little weird, but it's gonna have to do because I want to focus on doing this. This is gonna eat a lot of epoxy if this works. So I watched a YouTube video earlier. Sorry the lighting's kind of dark, but just go through, back, just like this, with a roller. It's not like painting paint. You guys see. Until it's nice and evenly distributed. This is gonna look beautiful if this actually works. Brush for more. There you can see the rabbit in the background. Okay, I'm gonna pour on this second coat here. It's another cup. I think this might do, and that will be it. Now I'm going to take my torch, basically pop all these bubbles, release the bubbles. Okay guys, I'm finally finished popping all the bubbles. It's been about an hour since I have poured the epoxy. I recommend like shaking it around. I actually shook the whole stand and shook it around a little bit just to get the bubbles moving and get it going. I want to slowly like come back here and there 30 minutes to an hour after the last like bubble I see and just check on it and pop them. I think it's pretty good. I have a little bit of a high spot here if you can't tell, but it's turning out amazing. I mean, it's beautiful right now. Let's see if it can stay like that until tomorrow morning, and then I'll move it into a more climated area. Got this somewhat dry. I'm having some issues with down here, and it's just being tacky and wet still. I wouldn't say wet, I'd say more sticky. I'm gonna go ahead with the heat gun and just heat gun it probably for like 15 minutes, and then I'm gonna go ahead and sand the border here down with like 80 grit or something like that. I might even do some stain here before I add the lights and the final stuff. So now that I'm done heat gunning and letting this dry a little bit, I'm gonna go take an 80 grit sanding disc and sand this edge flat, and then I'm gonna get the stain back out and stain the top here and some down below, make it look pretty. Alright, I have this all sanded down now. I'm gonna go ahead and stain this. I don't know if I really need to film that. I'm gonna stain the edges here. Yeah. I think before that, I'm actually gonna go ahead and take this off. If the plexiglass doesn't come up, then I'm just gonna probably leave it and take it off some other time. But I have a feeling that it's just going to pop right back up because it really doesn't have a strong adhesive surface to it. It's very flat, so it has nothing to bond to. So I think the plexiglass will just come right up. But I am going to remove all these screws, and I'm probably going to use it for a different project or something like that. But yeah. I'm going to go ahead, remove these, and I'll catch you guys later. Okay, I have all my screws out. Take these off. Alright guys, I've just finished getting all the stuff off of here. I just cut off strips. I want to put the strips in, and then I'm actually going to do some touch-up paint in here with white. And do some stain and all that stuff. Make this look pretty and look like a final product. I'm gonna do that and then catch you guys later. So I cut out the piece of aluminum here, just for your guys' reference or tip. I used, I think these are called tin snips. I use these. These actually work pretty good. You can find them at like Harbor Freight, Walmart. I think they're a pretty common tool to pick up, and it's really nice to have around the shop. So I got my aluminum in. I actually cut a 1/16 short on each side on purpose so it can have some wiggle room. Looks pretty good. All I have to do is drill a hole here or something, wherever you want to put your battery pack. Then just drill a hole. I want it to be right there would be great. And after that, it's finished, and I'll catch you guys later. Finish putting the lights on. I totally forgot to film this, but all I did was just put the lights down, stuck it with some packaging tape just to give it some extra stick. I think that'll be fine. And then all I'm gonna have to do is flip this over, screw it in, and I'm done with this project. Just like that, it's in, and we're ready to screw. Alrighty guys, I'm ready to do the command strip. I think what I'm actually going to do before I put these command strips down, I'm going to just scuff up this surface. Scuff up that surface, and then lay down the command strip, I guess. Bam. Just like that. Just like that, it's on there pretty good. Alrighty, just like that, it is screwed down and finished. Guess I'm gonna finish up today with filming. I'm gonna catch you guys probably tomorrow. Alrighty guys, this will conclude the chest making series. I got my pieces on Amazon. They actually look pretty good. I think they're around like 12 bucks. If you guys have any questions, leave a comment down below. I'll be sure to respond to them. Without further ado, thank you guys for watching the series. Like, follow, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.